First of all, I'd like to welcome Alleghany County School Board, and I can see it was a decision well made by his peers bringing him onto our board here. As you all heard him say his words, and it became very clear to me to leave it to our students to shed light on us and to see the optimism in even the most turbulent times. I couldn't have spoke more eloquent words, Levi. So thank you for reminding us of why we're all here. And I often say in the nursing world that the patient is my compass. And if I keep the patient as my compass, I can never be guided in the wrong direction. And the same goes for the school board. If I keep the students as my compass, we can't be guided in the wrong direction for our students, because that's why we're all here, right? You're here because you're a parent, you're a pastor, you're a family member, you're a friend, and you love your student, and you want what's best for them, as do we. And they are our compass. They're the ones who are guiding our direction. So thank you to everyone who came to our meeting tonight, whether it be to share your opinion, learn more about Alleghany County Public Schools, or just to show support of the staff and students as we embark on a new school year. That's a lot. That's one thing that we haven't talked a lot. This is kicking off our new 21-22 school year. So it's going to be a busy week for our staff. And although we many of us had hoped and prayed that this year would be very different in many ways, it looks like we're going to continue to be faced with obstacles, challenges, and some tough decisions, I'm afraid. We do have a dedicated team of staff throughout Alleghany Public Schools at each one of our buildings in the central office, and a dedicated board that work together to ensure that this school year is a success. And the hard work doesn't go unnoticed by all those members, and also the parents and the students and everyone that pulls together to make a school year successful. I also want to take a minute to thank everyone. I received more than I can count calls, messages, emails, and as Mr. Clark so eloquently pointed out, I did miss possibly responding to one or two, and I do apologize. I did my best to respond to them all, and I responded to many of them, especially the ones that just came to me. I know that my colleagues responded to some. So if I did miss you, I apologize, and I'd already had that in my comments, so it looks like it was well prepared on my part. I say that to say continue to reach out to me as you need to, and I appreciate it. Anyone that's called me, and there's several in this room that have called me before, have ran into me in the grocery store, have talked to me wherever you may see me. We don't always have to agree or disagree. A lot of the times we do agree, but I hope you find a kind ear and a school board member that's willing to listen, because I'm always willing to listen to your concerns, hear your perspectives, not just listen, but do my best to hear what you're saying, because it is important, and you are who we represent on this board. I'm sure that you've heard expressed we're in the middle of a pandemic, and you can't cut on the news without hearing that there's a shortage of something out there, right? You know, whether it be people fighting over toilet paper in the grocery store, chips to buy a new car, it doesn't matter what it is. Every day the media sensationalizes on another shortage. But the shortage I'm worried about in today's society is a shortage of kindness, respect, love, and compassion. And I want us all to work together to make sure that we remedy that shortage as soon as we can. My colleague, Mr. Himmetaler, took a lot of the comments straight out of my mouth. The tough part we have is to work to prevent these problems and those that will abuse these policies that we're going to be faced with. And they will be used to advantage, and we have to work together as a team and a school board to prevent that from happening. I appreciate your continued support, your thoughts, your trust, and your prayers, because as I came into this meeting tonight, I came with a heavy heart. These are very turbulent times we live in, and we have to pull together as a community and work together to ensure that we're providing a safe environment for our students, and an environment where they can learn and grow and thrive, because let's face us, they're our leaders of tomorrow. They're going to be the ones taking care of us, so we have to do our best to provide what we can for them. With that said, I would finally like to recognize, last but not least, certainly the FCCLA for their trip to Nashville and their accomplishments and their silver awards. And finally, the VSBA Honor Roll recipients, the Alleghany Journal, Jerry Clark, Virginia Review, Darrell Gleason, and the reporter, Mike Pfeiffer. We're lucky in this community. Our media representatives work with us, and at times where media can work so against you and sensationalize you. But we have found them to be great partners and stewards of our information, and we appreciate all they do to represent us fairly and work with us. Thank you for coming tonight.